going to share the first topic of tonight, which is a topic which I think is quite interesting, especially now when we move to the endemic, a lot of people start getting out already. Of course, we know the SOP and the precaution that we need to follow. Also, everyone is very careful. I think up to this point, many of us already know what are the things that we need to be careful of in terms of COVID, and also how to protect ourselves in terms of immune system. We have also shared several times through our Saturday meeting, right? But today I'm going to share something which we might already forgot how to do it. Okay, so before COVID, I think many of us, we have the habit to get this protection against UV, okay, when we go out. But after so long that we stay at home, right, even including myself, I have forgotten to apply this sunblock when this suddenly opened up when we can go out. So when I just started to go out for outdoor, all that, I actually have this sunburn and also the skin damage. So that is also the reason why I think it's essential for me to share this tonight, so that it benefits all of us. So for whoever, all this while you have this habit and now you want to kickstart that, or you also, like me, forgot when you go out, you don't take care of our skin, I think today is a good refresher for all of us. And I would like to reiterate the importance of doing UV protect. Okay. Okay, so I would like to share with you everything about UV and also the damage of it, because I think COVID we will not mention tonight, but we will mention some other thing which is also very harmful to our body, but at the same time a lot of us neglect on this part. Okay, like I said, including myself, but now I already bringing one UV protect always with me, so wherever I go out, I will remember to apply it. Okay, so first of all, why it is getting worse? Okay, it is not getting worse because of COVID, but I think this UV damage and also our surrounding pollution is getting worse with the development and the advancement of human technology, and also our development, including all these skyscraper. So you can see in this picture is a skyscraper, right? So today, regardless whether you are staying at the rural area or you are staying at the urban area, okay, we are equally exposed to this UV damage. But for those who are staying in city, I would say is even worse, because I'm not sure whether you know that actually UV wave and UV ray, it can be reflected on the building, and it can be reflected on glass, it can reflected on a lot of solid surface, especially the reflective one. Okay, so if you can imagine when we go to the city area or a lot of high-rise building, all these UV wave, it will be reflected to each other, and most of the time it will be concentrated to the all this street and also place that we actually human walk around, right? So it will be concentrated to that area because it will be reflected by all these tall buildings. So that is one of the reasons why it's getting worse, especially when nowadays so many tall buildings in the city. So our exposure to the sun, even though sometimes you feel it's quite shady, but actually the UV still reach you through all this reflection. So it's important for us to do this protection. And at the same time, I think I don't have to mention how pollution is getting worse day by day. I think all of us understand that part. So pollution is also one of the things that will actually harm our skin. And we are very lucky because in our series, we have one UV protect that at the same time can protect us from pollution also. So which we'll talk more later on. But before that, let us know. Okay, maybe after I mentioned just now is getting worse, then you might ask me, or you might ask yourself, what it has to do with me? I'm fine, I'm okay with sun. I don't mind become a bit tan. I don't mind I'm exposed to sun. I'm a person who can take out the hot temperature. It's not about that. But today we need to understand the side effect and also the damage that it will cause to our body in the long term, not short term. So this is a day-to-day thing, right? Every day you go out, you are exposed to sun, UV, pollution. Okay, so in the long term, the most serious, it will actually cause skin cancer. And a lot of time when it reach this stage, it's not a stage where you can reverse easily. So that is the reason why every time when we share about protection and also preventive, it's important for us to feel blessed because we haven't get it and we are still at the right stage to do that step of protection and preventive. Because the moment when we already exposed to it, we already get all these things that I mentioned, for example, skin cancer is no longer the stage where you apply sunblock. Okay, you have to seek for treatment. You have to undergo all this hassle already. So it's important for us to do it before it happens to this chronic stage. And a lot of time is the underestimation of this damage that will cause to our body that make us being ignorant. We don't, we feel it's very hassle to apply it. So we just leave it. Okay, other than that, there's of course other thing which is less serious, but it's also very harmful to our body. For example, premature aging. So premature aging, that means for people who didn't do this proper protection, if a person is 30 years old, but when you see him, you feel like he is actually 50 years old or near to 40 plus, that means his or her body is always long exposed to all these harmful UV or pollution or free radical without a proper protection. So that will actually cause a premature aging. So by right, you're not supposed to look that old, but you already look that old. That is what it's trying to say. And then thirdly, appearance. Appearance, I think, is something that important to everyone. Everyone want to look good. Everyone want to look, at least you feel comfortable looking to yourself, right? So that is part of appearance also. So you won't, probably some people doesn't know how big the impact is UV and also pollution cause to our skin appearance, especially for people who have dark spot, freckles, all that, and also they have aging wrinkles. So all that is actually a long-term exposure to this without protection. Okay, and then number 4, mental disorder. Okay, why skin will have a mental disorder actually is correlated, because the moment when we appearance being affected, and then sometimes we also feel that we have premature age, then it will actually tarnish our confidence level. It will actually affect the way we think, and it might also affect our social life, right? So this eventually, if it becomes serious, it will become a mental disorder. All right. And then number 5 is very directly related to our vision disorder. Okay, so long exposure, a lot of time we talk about you become dark, you become tan, okay, you get sunburn. But do you realize that sometimes when you are you too long exposed to under the sun, even your eyes, it get redness. Okay, so that is actually the direct damage that the UV can cause to our vision. And also you can try to imagine sometimes if we look at the sun directly, your eye will feel very harsh, right? So that is one of the damage that will cause to our vision also. So if long term we are under the sunlight, even if you don't look at the sun directly, it will somehow cause a damage to our eyes and our visions, right? So of course, you can't apply the protection on your eyes and so on, but you can actually supplement to actually build a better protection to our eyes. At the same time, you can also opt to wear sunglasses or or nowadays there are also glasses where it will, when it exposed to UV, it will turn dark. Okay, that kind of lenses that you can actually apply on. Okay, but today we're not going to touch that part. I'm just telling you how harmful is it, the UV. And lastly, of course, immune system damage. Okay, because UV and also the pollution is also a form of free radical, which will actually expose our body to faster oxidation. It will also cause imbalance in our entire body system. So eventually, our immune system will be damaged as well. So this is the least thing that we want to have, especially during this time when it's COVID. We want to make sure our body is in a tip-top condition. So these are the smaller part which we might neglect. But to me, I think it's very important. Why? Because skin is the largest organ on our body. So it also means that the surface of this largest organ is the biggest surface. So whenever it's exposed to any damage or UV, the exposure is entirely. That means your head up to your leg, right? is exposed to this damage. So can you imagine the UV is penetrating through our skin and causing all these free radical attack entire body? Okay, compared to if you eat something which is unhealthy, the free radical is like from that piece of thing, right, go into your body and it start to spread. But this is like straight away attack the whole body surface. So the damage is quite substantial, I would say. Okay, so never neglect this UV protection. That is also the reason why we want to discuss it in detail tonight. Okay, so before we go further, I think it's important for us to, all of us to get something tonight, also to learn something extra that probably we don't know, or we heard of it, but we're not sure how to segregate between different type of UV. So basically, there are three main type of UV wave that actually in our atmosphere, okay, in this stratosphere of the Earth. Okay, so UVC, UVB, and UVA. So why we least heard of UVC is because UVC is the shortest wavelength. So normally it does not reach the Earth's surface. That means it didn't come up to our day-to-day level. So it will actually filtered by our atmosphere itself, filtered by our stratosphere. Okay, so it's not really harmful unless today we go up to the space, okay, where the UVC is still there and we are exposed to it, then it will be very dangerous, because the shorter the wavelength is, then it will actually easier to cause harm to our body, but it is also easier to be filtered in another way. Okay, so the other two is actually UVB and UVA that will actually reach the level where human is living, okay, the Earth itself. So UVB, first of all, UVB, it affects the top layer of our skin, okay? This is the one that will actually come to our skin surface, but it didn't go further in, all right? But is it harmful? Yes, because it will still make us tan, and the long exposure to it, it actually cause our skin to become redness, burn, or it might also cause skin cancer. Okay, UV don't have to go very deep inside to cause cancer, because as long as it penetrates to our cell level, it can already create that imbalance in our system. So a lot of cells that being harmed or damaged inside our body, it will cause this cancer to appear. Okay, because if you know the basic concept of cancer is basically impact cell. Any impact cell is already considered a cancer cell. Just that how many of it, okay, when the amount is big, then it will become a disease. But if let's say the amount is small, then our immune system, the white blood cell, will actually help to get rid of it. Okay, but like I said just now, our skin is the largest organ. Whenever you're exposed to it, it comes in volumes. So when it comes to volume and you don't have a proper protection, the risk of getting this is quite high. Okay, so UVA. UVA is it will be the UV that actually penetrate even deeper. Okay, so when it reach the surface, it go even deeper to our epidermis. Okay, it so go to our epidermis and dermis layer. So when it goes to the dermis layer, okay, it don't really make us tan, but it will actually trigger a lot of the melanin in our skin to actually create the potential, the hidden dark spot that which is beneath your skin, and slowly it will, when it surface, it becomes freckles, it becomes dark spot on our face. Okay, and the other thing is that even it didn't show this kind of tan immediately, or the dark spot didn't surface immediately, but at the same time it causes our skin to age. So remember just now I mentioned premature aging is the combination of these two, UVA and UVB damage will actually cause this skin aging problem. And another thing is DNA damage, because when it goes deeper, more of our cell system and also our system will be harmed by all these free radicals. So it will actually damage or cause impairment on our DNA, right? So this now we are introduced to this UVA and UVB, right? The other two things that is important for us to understand before I go even further on how to protect is, First, the SPF concept. Okay, I think SPF we all heard of whenever you go to the look for the sunblock, or whenever you go look for the product that can actually protect us from UV, you will be familiar with this term SPF. So SPF stands for sun protection factor. Sun protection factor, there is a lot of rating. Okay, just like when we shared about protein, what is the rating of digestibility, all that. Same goes to UV protect. There is a rating. But do we understand what this rating means? Okay, so whenever the numbers that we see after the SPF, right, it basically means how many times it takes, how many times longer it takes to burn our skin if let's say we didn't, compared to we didn't apply the product. Okay, so for example, if let's say that product say that the SPF is 30, that means if you take 10 minutes to to get sunburn with this product, now you need 300 minutes to get burn. Okay, so 300 minutes, about 5 hours. So it's okay, right? At least compared to if you didn't apply, 10 minutes you already get sunburn. But with this product SPF 30, you get 30 times longer time to get that sunburn effect. So that means the number bigger, it gives you more times of longer time to get that protection. But there's a trick there, okay, which I will share in the later slide. Okay, so does the number means everything? Not necessary, which I will clarify later. But at least we know the introduction definition of this. So second part, normally after SPF, certain product, they will have another rating, which is the PA. Okay, certain product, it didn't show anything. That means they don't undergo a proper lab testing to show what is the PA rating. Okay, so this PA rating actually means another thing, which is protection against the UVA. Okay, so just now we know UVB and UVA. UVA is the one that penetrates even deeper. So it's the one that we concern the most. Okay, so if let's say the PA rating got up to 4 plus, okay, start from single plus, double plus, triple plus, and 4 plus. So of course, use the common sense is that the more plus is better, which is true. So from here you can see from moderate protection, from some protection to moderate protection, high protection, and extremely high UVA protection. So if your product is only 1 plus, it does some work. If your product is 2 plus, that means it does some moderate. Better than nothing is always better than nothing. But today we want to know how to choose the better one, okay, which I will share with you. So just now we talked a lot about UV and pollution will actually damage our body, not only on the skin level, go up to the dermis, but also go into our body system, DNA, and also cell damage, and eventually will cause cancer. So we need to understand free radical is coming from everywhere around our surrounding. So the basic one, which we will talk more today, is basically pollution and also the blue light. Okay, so you can see things that will be categorized as free radical. I mentioned already, air pollution. So not necessarily at the factory area, but today, as long as you go out, you drive your car, the emission itself is already air pollution. Okay, definitely we will inhale it. And then we will have this sun ray. We already mentioned just now, UVA, UVB. Okay, and blue light. Blue light is something that is so near to us, right? So every day we face our handphone, the screen itself is emitting blue light. So blue light is the wavelength that is just nice that you will enter into our eyes. And of course, it will also penetrate our skin as well. So it has the ability to penetrate deeper into our skin compared to the 2 UV that we mentioned. So this is a new era threat nowadays, because if you compare like 20 years ago, 50 years ago, I don't think people keep facing the screen. But nowadays, not only mobile, we have iPad, we have TV, monitor, computer, everything. Okay, so we are long hour exposing to this blue light, but are we protected? A lot of time we thought that only when we go out, we need the UV protection. But basically, even in-house, if you know that we are facing all this screen, it's better to have the protection. Okay, and then lastly, climate changes. So the climate change will also affect all this free radical damage, especially if, let's say, our atmosphere get thinner and thinner, the UV exposure is stronger, and then also when the climate become very harsh, when it's hot, when the temperature is very high, higher than like many years ago, then that also cause a damage to our entire body system. Okay, so we also want to learn about the skin discoloration. So this is something more related to our appearance and also the premature aging issue. So you can see type of the color discoloration without protection. If let's say today without protection, you might say, oh, I'm still doing good. I don't have all this problem that you listed here. Just because it haven't surfaced or you haven't exposed long enough. But the moment you already reach here, like I said, the reversal is always harder than the prevention. Okay, so before all this happen, I think it's important for us to see first what will happen if, let's say, we didn't do the protection. And here is exactly all the picture. I think some of us, we already experienced and also saw people around us having this issue. So pigmentation, freckles, and dark spots are the common one. Of course, here is even more details, like you have the sunspot, you have the melasma. Okay, sometimes it's a hyperpigmentation when you always exposed to the harsh UV, then the penetration is very deep. So it keep coming out the dark spot even though you are very diligently treating it. Okay, so treatment is at the later part. I think if we didn't do a proper preventive, the treatment will be like forever. Okay, and then freckles. Okay, this is probably you normally see in the European or foreigner, but actually in local, it's not that we don't have freckles, just that our skin is generally more tan, so it's not obvious, but it's still happening in Asian, right? So how do we want to know we have this exposure? Actually, you can actually observe from your day-to-day lifestyle. Okay, if today you, like I said, you are facing your screen, all that, you are going out as usual to buy stuff, you drive out for work, then you are already exposed. But if you're not, you need more convincing, you can actually go through this our skin analyzer. So early detection can actually help to prevent further development of this skin discoloration issue, like I showed in the previous slide, beneath our skin. Because like I said, when it's beneath your skin, you thought that you don't have this issue. But if you intend to know, you can actually engage myself or Lynn. We can actually do this test for you. So this skin analyzer can actually show you what is happening beneath your skin. So even there's start to have some pigmentation issue, you will be shown in this machine. So this is another way that we can have early detection. But I think the easiest way is always ask ourselves, if today you are a person who always stay indoor, but do you switch on your light? But do you face your screen? If yes, then definitely I'm sure the pigmentation will happen. Just that is serious or it's not serious. If you are a person who have the education and knowledge to do the protection, probably is less serious. So if, let's say, all this while you didn't do any protection, I'm quite sure this eventually will develop out on your skin surface. Okay, so this is a general concept on skincare regimen. Okay, so I think in this call we have guys, also we have ladies. So I just want to know, I just want to let you guys know, basically a lot of time we take care on the things that color in the gray color here, which daily we know we need to do cleansing, we need to do toner. Okay, after tone, we do treatment or repair, and then after that, moisturize. Done. And then weekly, probably if we are more hardworking, or actually rightfully we should do, which is to exfoliate and also do polishing on our skin so that we get rid of the dead skin easier, and then the skin will actually grow healthily. Okay, so these are the concepts that we normally have. So things that we always neglect is the protection. So that's why I put red color, question mark. Okay, we do a lot of skincare and also daily care. Okay, but do we do enough protection? So on the right hand side, you can see, oh, we have our series, how we take care of our skin. Okay, but do we have a sunblock with us? Do we have a UV protect with us? And if we have, is the UV protect actually also help us to protect against blue light, also help us protect against pollution? Do we? Okay, so before we go further, I would also like to share the right way to use. Remember just now I mentioned, is SPF number means everything? Not necessary, because there are few concepts which I want to correct and also to share tonight, which first is, you can see the first point, SPF 30 sunscreen applied properly will give better protection than an SPF 50 plus sunscreen applied too thinly. So today, if let's say you already opt for a very good quality of UV protect, you also need to know how to use it correctly. Okay, so it's not like you just put one dot and then you apply the whole face, right? So the way of application is very similar to when we apply the treatment product or moisturizing product. We normally do a few dots on our important face area, and then we will evenly apply so that the application will not be too thin, because when it's too thin, it defeats the whole purpose of you opting for a very good grade of product, right? Because like here mentioned, if you apply a SPF 30 thicker than the SPF 50 plus, then it doesn't really comparable. Okay, that's the first part. But we have to remind ourselves, this SPF is mainly to prolong the damage only. But how well it actually protects the penetration into our UVA, remember what is the factor that we look at, which is the PA. Okay, so PA is always important as well. So today, if you look for a product, no mention of PA, but is probably 100 SPF or what, to me, it doesn't give a full picture how well is this product can protect our skin. Okay, so we need two scale to give us a good judgment. So secondly, don't forget to apply on some of the area that we normally will neglect, including our ears, our neck area, and also the back of our hand. Okay, so these are things that we should take care, not only on the core face area. So even though you think, sometimes we think that, oh, I just go out for a while, or I just exposed to this harsh sun for a while, just use umbrella, is okay. But don't underestimate the damage, like I mentioned, because this small exposure is day in, day out. Okay, 1 week probably you have this small exposure 4 to 5 days. And imagine if you live for 80 years. Okay, so this damage can compound and accumulated to something very damaged. Okay, so or sometimes when we think, oh, it's gloomy, okay, it's going to rain, no sun out there, so it's fine, don't have to apply protection. Is it true? It's not true, because sometimes even with the layering of clouds, the UV still can come to our surface. So it's important for us to have this protection. So tonight, I'm going to go straight into the recommendation, which is the two awesome products that we have in Artistry. So we have this Phyto UV Protect and also the Artistry Ideal Radiance UV Protect. So this two is a very awesome product. Why? I will give you the comparison and also explanation each of it, why we have two, right? So first of all, I'll start with the one that existingly we have, which means before we have the Phyto UV, this is the existing longest product that we have, Ideal Radiance. And I think this product has won so many awards in different beauty award, as well as being recognized well in a lot of renowned beauty magazine. So I think this is a very, very good product that a lot of people out there, if you ask them, even though they don't do Amway business, they will know about this product. Okay, so why this product is so awesome? Because I would say it's all-in-one UV protect, especially for ladies who, or even guys nowadays, who do makeup. Okay, this UV protect can actually become a makeup base, which mentioned in the last point here. So it actually, before you put on your makeup, right, it can act as a base layer, which create a silky smooth base for the makeup to glide on. So it's so good. It's like two purpose, but you can actually, one application, it achieves two purpose. Okay, and this Ideal Radiance UV Protect, right, it also gives your skin a gradient look, okay, which comes to the first point here. Okay, it gives a deepest penetration. At the same time, there's also a 3D brightening technology, whereby it enhances the radiance of your skin. So today, even if you don't apply makeup, you just apply this UV Protect, it sort of like give you your face a glowing and radiance effect. Okay, so that's another additional extra benefit that it gives. And also, with this technology, it enhances the ingredient delivery and target the skin deeper surface layer. So the protection is go up to a deeper layer, okay, not only on the surface. At the same time, just now we mentioned is suitable for makeup is because also the nature of it is water resistant and is a long lasting wear. That means if you apply and you put on your makeup, is resistant at the same time, it also make your makeup stick better, and then it also don't feel very irritating, because some of the UV Protect that we use out there, including before I was introduced to Artistry, I also use other UV Protect product before. So normally you get some feedbacks that is sticky, is very oily or very irritating. So you won't get this feeling on both of our product. Okay, so this Ideal Radiance is it gives that protection throughout the day, okay, and is very hydrating, even though it's water resistant. So that is the beauty of its formula. So the brightening effect there, like I mentioned, is the multifloral blend that we have inside this UV Protect. It helps to give a repair on our appearance also. That means repair in terms of how it looks. Okay, it gives that effect of repair on our appearance. And then the pearl protein helps to diminish and also prevent the formation of dark spot, freckle, and also discoloration. So it's not only the protection, but at the same time, it also prevent the formation of all these things. Okay, so the other one that I want to emphasize, which is the other, after that we launch another one, UV Protect Phyto. So why these two products can exist at the same time is definitely because they serve different priorities. So depending on each individual, what are your priorities and what is your preference, then you opt for the one that's suitable for you, because they are not mutually exclusive. Because that is also the reason why Amway did not discontinue either one after the launching of this UV Protect, because both of them have their specialties. So let us look at this UV Protect Phyto. Is the one of the benefit of it is, first, it has this time release technology that promote the slow release of nutritious red currant extract. So this will actually help to give a longer protection, and at the same time, it also helps to block all these free radical that we mentioned just now that is harmful to our skin. For example, pollution, blue light, okay, up to 8 hours also. So the point one here, when we talk about environment pollution, is things like smoke, and then you have the very harmful surroundings like chemical, all that. So this UV Protect will also have this botanical protect technology that protects our skin against all this pollution. And once it's well protected from all this pollution, it has the anti-aging effect. You will have the anti-inflammatory effect also. So inside we have this organic chrysanthemum extract, which is exclusive from our Nutrilite. Okay, so this also, if we know well about the chrysanthemum, right, like what we have inside our collagen product also. So this chrysanthemum extract not only give the protection, but it also have the effect of brightening our skins. Okay, so that is the reason why they choose this ingredient and put it into this UV Protect. And then secondly, like I mentioned, the new concern of this era, which is blue light. So this UV Protect will have protection against this blue light. Okay, it's a protection technology to protect our skin from the light emitted from electronic device. Okay, basically all the electronic device that we have, unless you really spend some money to go have a protection layer which can actually reduce the blue light. Reduce on it, it will not totally block, so we will still have, okay? But how to actually further protect us is, of course, to apply something on our skin. And then thirdly, this series is have this different sensation with the Ideal Radiance. Of course, both is also very soothing. Don't have the oily, sticky feel. But this one have an additional sensation, which is the cooling and the fast absorption sensation. Okay, so if you are a person who like this kind of sensation, you prefer cooling effect, all that, then this is probably the right one for you. Okay, so it gives the skin an aqua cooling sensation. Also same thing, non-sticky formula, quick absorb. Like just now, Ideal Radiance also quick absorb, quick penetration. Okay, so it leaves a transparent finishing for this one. Okay, for Ideal Radiance, it improves the radiance of our skin. Okay, this one is like a transparent finishing. So can you compare? Like both also got its own pros, right? So by understanding the differences of these two products, I think it's better for us to do a better choice, which is the one that suits us. So of course, both of the price is around the same, slightly different. So you can actually check out the product in our store, or you can actually check with the person who invited you tonight. So I think that's the sharing that I want to make for tonight on this